987 TV, your most social media.
That was American football was the Bigfoot, and the Asian one is the Red String.
Let's talk a little bit about the album Bumfuzzle. First of all, tell us what on earth is Bumfuzzle, and tell us how this album is different from the last. I bet you get asked that all the time.
Yeah,
What is Bumfuzzle?
A lot of people genuinely come up to me and ask me that, and the first thing that is it like butt hair? It's like
Bum fluff.
you know that everyone was like, and I'm like, no, would I really name it? But it's funny. It's funny. It was really funny because like I wanted a word play which has the word fuzz.
Okay.
Because the album sonically was an experimentation of fuzz sounds. Bumfuzzle actually is the real definition of the word means to be confused and flustered.
Oh.
So it's an album that I wrote in a point of time where I was in transition from moving from Singapore to Los Angeles.
Right.
So it's a very personal album throughout the journey of that, really.
Cool.
Yeah.
So sonically, you mentioned it's a bit different. I noticed it's a bit darker, more honest. And what I noticed also is that, actually I read up that there were no synths on this album at all.
Yeah.
So all the effects, all the sounds were...
Well, guitars and maybe just an omnichord, but it was, other than that, there was no electronic synths that were involved in the album.
Awesome. Just the way I like it. You know, just like raw and like organic.
It's definitely
and,
a
like,
darker sounding album. And it's nice that you said it's more honest because I really attempted to self-censor less with this album. You know, tendency when you're a writer, you write, and then when you go through your second or third pass, you tend to edit yourself a little bit. This time it was like, I'm not going to edit anything. I'm just going to
put it all there.
Emotional diarrhea, basically.
Very cool. So it is quite a cathartic process for you, right?
Always.
Songwriting.
Always.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people can relate to Inch, right? Yeah, for sure. Very cool. Okay, now, you mentioned that you are running to and fro from Singapore to LA. Tell us what a typical day of Inch Chua is like in LA.
Well, think about it as like a freelancer when you kind of have like... depending on what's the project at hand that's coming up, so your lifestyle kind of just depends on that. So prior to the album releasing, it was a lot of figuring out distribution, sending out emails, taking meetings for that, and then promo, and then sending out press kits for publicity, reaching out to a lot of local radio stations, and when the album comes out, I mean, before the album's out as well, you got to start planning the tour, and then eventually the cycle of promoting the tour, preparing for the tour, going on tour, and all of that.
That is insane. She is living the dream. And we were talking earlier, and she was telling me next year she's gonna hit the road. Inch is gonna hit the road.
Yeah.
All over the US. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Right now, I'm planning a slew of dates that goes all the way to Seattle and all the way back down to Los Angeles, and hopefully en route to South by Southwest. I'll be going down Arizona, New Mexico, and we'll be playing like at least about 20 over venues across.
Awesome.
And be sitting in my car, driving.
In your car, not this massive tour bus.
I wish.
Just you in your little car?
Just me in my little car.
Awesome. Well, you gotta document that, right?
Yeah, I think it will be a very life-changing experience with the fact that you don't really have that kind of like geography in Singapore to cover, but you have that opportunity in the States to kind of just go to a new town, experience that, and try to spread the gospel of your music, I guess. But yeah.
Awesome. Okay, the last question I have for Inch Chua. This one is a bit on a deeper level. Now, in our day and age, we have a lot of measure of success. You know, YouTube hits, number of followers, the amount of money you make. What is your personal measure of success and why?
I think quality fan interaction, or the interactions of your fans, or the engagement of them. Because you could have like 1 million hits.
Right.
How many of them would continue to engage with you would be a different story. And among that, it's even watered down to how many of those would actually pull out money to support you. So it's about that genuine connection.
Right.
So if you could have 200 fans, but if 200 of your fans love and adore you and they want to support you and they want to see you grow, it's more worth it than 1,000 people who don't really care. Right. You know? Yeah, that makes sense. Don't forget to get her album at any Starbucks store. Come down, come and see her show. And if you want to check out her music, you can always hit up Inch Chua on YouTube, or you can go to her website at www.inchchua.com. Did I get that all correct? Perfect. Great. Okay, that's all the time that we have for you. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
987 TV, your most social media.